It started life as a regular road car, with the mission to transform it into a world-beating racing machine. An ambitious project would need careful planning, months of research and development before the transition from drawing board to the test tracks. 20,000 punishing kilometres under the critical eye of a world rally master. But that was testing. What about the real thing? When the season got underway on Rally Monte Carlo's fearsome stages, would Volkswagen's all-new World Rally contender be up to the challenge?
He's done it! What a drive from Ogier! History has been made.
Oh yes, Volkswagen announcing its entry into the WRC in real style. The Polo are quickest on the very first stage of the new season at Rally Monte Carlo. Sebastian Ogier not getting carried away after that stunning start, probably with good reason. Fresh snow and freezing conditions adding to the challenge here. World champion Sébastien Loeb's response was instant and effective. The Frenchman more than 10 seconds quicker than Ogier in stage 2, on his way to establishing a commanding lead by the end of the day. As for the rest, Nico Herbenen, hoping to succeed Loeb as world champion this year, finished the opening leg in third, almost half a minute behind Ogier. Russian Evgeny Novikov led the Qatar M Sport Challenge just ahead of teammate Mads Osberg. Juho Hänninen was also inside the top 10 despite this excursion off-road. While Thierry Neuville was less fortunate, he's never managed to complete day one of Rally Monte Carlo, and so it was again as a broken front suspension saw the Belgian come to a grinding terminal halt. So here's how it looked at the end of day one. Loeb more than a minute and 20 seconds ahead, already well on his way to a 7th Monte Carlo victory. VW and Sébastien Ogier surpassing expectations. Jari-Matti Latvala 5th, just ahead of Qatar M Sport drivers Evgeny Novikov and Mads Osberg, looking to make up ground in 6th and 7th respectively. Rally Monte Carlo, the first event in a 13-round championship, which once again straddles 4 continents, trips to Mexico, Argentina and Australia to come, along with a strong European campaign over the next 10 months. Round 1 then sees us in France. The action on the first 2 days taking place in and around Valence before they move south to Monte Carlo. Thursday featuring 6 special stages, 3 in the morning, repeated in the afternoon, 132 competitive kilometres in all. The World Rally Championship representing the toughest test of man and machine, pitching cars and drivers against all manner of terrain and conditions. Gravel, tarmac, snow and ice. The aim of the game, as ever, simple. Complete each stage in the quickest possible time. Fastest team overall wins the rally. And no one has won more over the past decade than 9-time world champion Sébastien Loeb, competing in his final Rally Monte Carlo before retiring. And first away again on day 2 as we join commentator Paul King.
Yes, it was quite some opening leg for the Citroën Maestro. The Frenchman starts with that dominant lead of more than a minute and 20 seconds. Monty is back underway, and as Loeb fires through the gears of the DS3, let's take a moment to take in these conditions. You can see it is dry at the moment, but there is a heavy snow covering to come. Michelin-studded snow tyres will be the order of the day once again, as Loeb begins his climb back into the French mountains. Black ice also again a constant danger on these twisty tarmac roads. Sebastian and co-driver Daniel Elena chased all the way by our eye in the sky. But chasing the leader hard is Volkswagen Sébastien Ogier, and just look at the conditions through here. It's actually snowing again. A big slide for Loeb's compatriot, right on the limits of grip at times this morning, despite running on the studded tyres. Just staying on the road will be challenge enough. The end of this 19-kilometre stage is fast approaching. The road completely covered in ice and snow ahead. The start of the flying finish will be marked out by the yellow boards. Let's keep an eye on the clock. Loeb's time, 14:27.7. That's what he's got to beat. There are the yellow boards. Here we go then. I think he could do this. Yes, that's another incredible time for this new VW Polo. Ogier 5 seconds quicker, so a small dent made in Loeb's huge lead at least there. Now Mikko Hirvonen, meanwhile, begins the second day in third place, and with Ogier flying out of the blocks, the Finn has a tough task ahead to make up time. Just over 28 seconds, the gap between second and third places at the moment. Incredible views of the southern France snowscape here, and Citroen's new #1 should be more than comfortable in these wintry conditions. Scandinavians never afraid of pushing on the white stuff. He's got this tricky ice-covered tarmac section to negotiate first, though. For some reason, Mikko hasn't found the confidence to attack. He's 21 seconds slower than that stunning time from Ogier. And the flurry of snow getting increasingly heavy towards the stage finish. Joining Hirvonen's compatriot, Jari-Matti Latvala. The second man in Volkswagen's exciting new lineup. Not quite on the pace of his French teammate just yet. It's still early days and he is right on the edge at times here. You can see really tentative on the brakes. Clearly not comfortable. Oh, and Jari getting all crossed up in the snow. Latvala somehow keeping that VW Polo R on the road. The snowy surface really causing havoc on this second morning. We have classic Monte conditions. A big slide there for Evgeny Novikov. There is at least one man who seems to be enjoying himself out there. The Russian Rocket, another who is no stranger to racing on snow. Really narrow through here, no margin for error whatsoever. Austrian co-driver Ilka Miner alongside Evgeny there. Attention, says Ilka. She's warning of something up ahead. And oh, he's lost it. He's off the road. Well, he is a very lucky boy, I think. Evgeny's just escaped major disaster. Let's take another look. Just loses all traction on the ice as he starts to slide. And again from inside the car. So lucky there was nothing on the road verge to damage the Fiesta. Well, despite Evgeny's brush with disaster, he's actually gained a position in stage 5. Novikov passing Latvala for 5th. At the front, meanwhile, Ogier and VW's second stage win sees him close on the leader. Latvala outside the top 5. Osberg really struggled on the icy conditions in stage 5. The M-Sport man dropping from 7th to 9th. So an eventful start to day 2 with plenty more thrills and spills to come as we enjoy some stunning views of the action in the ice and snow. Rally Monte Carlo continues in just a moment.
Welcome back to the southern reaches of France, where the scenery is more akin to the Scandinavian rallies of Sweden or Norway. The elite drivers of the WRC contending with blizzard-like conditions high up in the hills, where we now rejoin Paul King on day 2 of Rally Monte Carlo.
And we've joined Sébastien Ogier, fresh from his second stage win in the Volkswagen Polo. The snow still absolutely chucking it down. It has been a dream debut so far for the Frenchman's new machine. This state-of-the-art car looking blisteringly quick, straight out of the box. Oh, but I might have spoken too soon. A spin for Ogier. Thankfully, no harm done. Another look from inside the car. You just see the moment when he lost control in that slide. thankfully just bouncing into the snowbank. He's safe to continue. His second place intact. Dani Sordo, meanwhile, has relished his return to the Citroën fold. The Spaniard delighted to get back behind the wheel of the DS3. He's one of the finest asphalt drivers on the planet, but Sordo doesn't have a great record on snow and ice. He's shown impressive pace this morning, though, passing a struggling Mikko Hirvonen to claim third spot. And just look at this view from above. You can see the snow is absolutely covering the landscape. We've now joined Jari-Matti Latvala. He's had a slightly frustrating start of the day, a little bit of damage there to the front right of the car. But this is looking like an aggressive response from the Flying Finn. Latvala literally throwing his new Volkswagen through the snow-covered corners. This is brave stuff from Jari, considering the lack of grip. That's a much better drive from VW's finished start.
I think it's a fantastic coming almost 200 kilometers per hour to the final braking when you have thousands of people on there, and there was new fresh snow on the snow or on the road, and you come completely sideways through the snow, and I think it was a fantastic for the people as well. So, but no, it's a great stage.
The man of the moment, though, on this second morning is Evgeny Novikov. The 22-year-old is absolutely flying despite driving in this almost complete whiteout. He's already up to 5th place and has closed right up on Mikko Hirvonen in 4th. If Evgeny can maintain this pace, he could make it past Citroën's _1 here, and it is looking good. Yep, that's 2 stage wins in a row for Novikov, and he climbs above Mikko on the leaderboard.
Very difficult.
Ilkka Miner saying it's very difficult, and you can see why that low sun not helping either. Well, Novikov's the big mover, but this man is still very much in control at the top of the standings. Plenty of support, as ever. We're in France, of course, and Sebastian Loeb is a 6-time winner of this treacherous old event. Only Germany's Monty Meister Walter Roll and 4-time champ Tommi Mäkinen have come close on 4 victories each. Full power slide across the snow from Sebastian. As we enjoy some spectacular images from our eye in the sky again. It really has been business as usual in the mountains of southern France for Seb. There's still an awfully long way to go, of course, but with the second morning drawing to a close, Loeb remains on course for Monty win number 7. Loeb still looking untouchable. That lead of well over a minute stays intact. So Sebastian maintaining his comfortable advantage over Sébastien Ogier. Both Frenchmen can be happy with progress so far. Dani Sordo, the best of the rest, a further minute back. And confirmation there that Novikov is up to 4th after passing Hirvonen. Midway through the second day of Rally Monte Carlo, time to return to service in Valence, where the world's media are ready and waiting as the teams grab a welcome break. And the mechanics will swing into action with half an hour to work on the cars. Thankfully, no big issues so far today for the major players. While they do that, we'll take another quick break. Then it is back with a return to the spectacular pass through the La Batte d'Andorre stage.
Welcome back to Rally Monte Carlo, where Norwegian Mads Osberg is getting some helpful advice and information from Dad Morton, a former rally driver himself. He's part of Mads' support crew here, driving the stages a couple of hours ahead of the WRC teams to provide crucial updates about the